Anxiety can feel like a tidal wave of emotion coming over you when you can't cope with the feelings that are inside of your mind. Perhaps you're in a social event, you're surrounded by lots of people. The discomfort is too intense for you, so you start to have a panic attack. You notice the feeling in your body, your hot sweatiness, your heart's pounding through your body, and you just need to leave. That panic attack tells you you need to get out of there. You've gone into fight, flight, freeze, and you begin to feel really trapped and you can't cope. Everything just feels overwhelming. Perhaps you stay up all night. You refuse to go to sleep because tomorrow's going to be hard. So you stay up, you look through your phone, you watch TV, and then you really struggle to get to sleep. And then the next morning even, you struggle to get out of your bed because you're so tired. You haven't had the sleep that you need to make yourself feel better, so you're exhausted. Maybe you don't want to get up because life's hard. Life, it feels too much. You don't want to face it. You want to avoid it. So you stay in bed. Then you get accused of being lazy. When you're not being lazy, you're being over anxious. You're not coping with how things are. Maybe you're about to do a test, exams, and you just assume you're going to fail. You're not good enough. You start feeling that panic, the overwhelm that's coming over you. And you already assume that's it. There's no point. I've failed. Maybe it's too much and you leave. Maybe you're working and you haven't explained to anybody how you're really feeling. The overwhelm of the amount of work that you're being given day after day is getting on top of you. It's making you feel anxious. You may even have imposter syndrome, feeling like you're not good enough, you can't do it, and you're waiting to be found out. Maybe just the sheer amount of work, and you're so anxious you don't feel like you can talk to your boss. All of these things can add up, build up, to make you feel so overwhelmed. It's like you just can't cope anymore. You know, all these things are overwhelming. These are anxiety, whether it's general anxiety or perhaps it's PTSD from a trauma that you've had years ago and you haven't dealt with that trauma and it's chasing you through your life. And things feel too hard. And I understand I too have lived with anxiety, depression, PTSD, but I got the help that I needed so that I can give you guys the help that you need. Now, a lot of people don't really realise how intense the anxiety can be. And it could be something like, you know, being super early for a meeting or travelling, maybe turning up hours early just because you've thought about all the potential things that might go wrong. So to make sure that you're not late, you're too early. You know, there are lots of things. But if we don't deal with them, we can turn something small and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, the thought of something that you don't like could then progress into a real phobia, for example. It could be that you're using drink, drugs, smoking as a coping mechanism, which then in turn will end up ruining your life because it's ruling your life. Remember, it's the anxiety rather than my anxiety, because it's something that we're living, but we don't want to own. You know, and when we change it to the anxiety, we take a step back and we go, it's not something I want in my life. I have to start looking, how can I change this? How can I improve my life? And there are things that you can do. You can change your lifestyle. Cutting out alcohol and caffeine can be really good for helping calm down your nervous system as well, and not having those coping mechanisms like alcohol and smoking, which do actually have such a negative impact on your body and your mind. Exercising more, get all those good endorphins, making sure that you're getting enough sleep. Stop doom scrolling, turn off your phone or any other devices that you're sitting scrolling through. They're really bad for your mental health. If you need to check in on Facebook or other social medias, you know, I'll allocate 20 minutes, half an hour in your day, and use some of the apps that you can download to restrict your usage. And that really will make a difference for you. Read instead. You know, rather than just staring at a screen mindlessly all the time and shutting out life, try reading or take up a new hobby. You know, get out exercising if you can. There are many things that you can do to change your life for the better. If this is something that you feel like you want to try, obviously I am an anxiety specialist. I have lived it and I've treated it, and I've spent years helping people with this to overcome their anxiety, and I would like to extend that to you. If you are really struggling, I can help. Now, you can either contact me and we can have a chat, a free chat, contact me directly, so we can discuss your needs, how I can help you. You can watch my free webinar, and that will explain a bit about how to overcome anxiety and what that entails, how I can help you in that. Have a look through my client testimonials on my website, on Facebook, on Google. There's loads of places from real people that will actually show you that you do not need to live with anxiety overwhelming you for the rest of your life. There are things that we can do using thought retraining and hypnotherapy to just take away that underlying triggered feeling that puts you back into that spiral, because that's awful, and I know that from personal experience. So I want to be able to help you. If your life isn't how you would like it to be, then let's do something to change it, because you don't have to live with that negative anxiety. Let's change it up. Let's get you to a place where you're actually enjoying life. The anxiety isn't overrunning your life because you've taken back the control. I want to help you. So get in touch. Let me help you, because you deserve to be happier. Any questions, will get in touch. I'm Katy Stevenson, anxiety specialist and hypnotherapist. Have a great day.